DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Coming up tonight, teachers demand action. Why educators are braving the cold for a new contract. Plus, major gang indictment. 10 members face over 130 charges in a crackdown on violence. And superintendents fight back. A $2.7 million lawsuit rocks the Christina School District. We'll tell you more about it. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to this DETV News Brief. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for being with us this evening. Here's what's making headlines today across the first state. Teachers at Mount Pleasant High School took to the picket line early this morning, braving the fog and chilly weather to demand a new union contract. Clad in red shirts and holding signs reading, quote, "My working conditions are my students' learning conditions," and "Contracts matter too." Educators called for competitive salaries and improved working conditions. The Brandywine Education Association, representing 90% of district educators, have been negotiating with the district since their contract expired back in June. Talks remain stalled currently, with both sides citing disagreements over salary increases and working conditions. The president of the union said that teachers, quote, "will not accept proposals that degrade working conditions or cause salaries to fall behind neighboring districts," end quote. Brandywine School District contends it keeps teachers in the highest paid Newcastle County and has filed for mediation as well. Picketing continues this week outside of school hours as teacher strikes are prohibited in the state of Delaware. Negotiations remain ongoing as educators push for a resolution here before the new year. Also new today, Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings announced the indictment of 10 members of what's called the Exit 4 gang, also known as the MAG, on over 130 criminal charges. The case stems from a multi-year investigation involving state and local law enforcement agencies. Charges include 3 murders, multiple attempted murders, and gun-related crimes between 2020 and 2024. Jennings says, quote, "Exit 4 terrorizes communities, fueling cycles of violence," end quote. Wilmington Police Chief Campos lauded the collaboration, noting the indictment addresses key cases linked to gang activity. The announcement highlights the state's efforts to combat gang violence, which have led to convictions among several other Wilmington area gangs. Officials attribute a 20% statewide reduction in gun violence since the year 2020 to these efforts, including a 50% drop in Wilmington homicides. And former Christina School District Superintendent Daniel Shelton has filed a federal lawsuit against 4 board members, including President Donald Patton, alleging defamation, due process violations, as well as breach of contract. Shelton seeks over $2.7 million in damages, claiming the board's actions have left him unemployable. The lawsuit follows months of conflict, including Shelton's abrupt removal in July and warnings from the district's former attorney about board misconduct. The complaint alleges that Shelton was fired without due process, violating his contract and constitutional rights. Board member Doug Manley criticized the board's handling, calling the lawsuit a step toward accountability. Meanwhile, Patton has declined to comment. Shelton's attorney, Thomas Newberger, has warned the board's actions could lead to severe financial and reputational consequences for the Christina School District. Down to Sussex County now, where the Laurel School District will install weapons detection systems in its schools. This following a weekend shooting involving 2 juveniles. District Superintendent Sean Larimore wrote in a Facebook post Monday that the district was working with police to, quote, "ensure a safe learning environment for all." Now, it was not clear whether the 2 youths were Laurel School District students. Larimore did not specify which detection systems would be employed, but he did say they will be installed as soon as possible. Laurel police were called to the Hollybrook apartments on Saturday evening for reports of a shooting. A juvenile boy was found there with a gunshot in his arm. A 14-year-old boy was identified as the shooter and was arrested by police. He was taken to Stevenson Detention Center after failing to post a $70,000 bail. Staying in Sussex County now, a 63-year-old woman died in a Saturday evening house fire in the Gumboro area. Donna Jackson was in the Westwood Road home at the time of the blaze and was removed by neighbors. That's according to a state fire marshal's office release. The fire started in the area of the front porch of the home, but the cause is not yet known. Damage is estimated to be about $200,000. The Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control has approved U.S. Wind's permits for its Maryland offshore wind project. The approval includes routing power lines to Sussex County's 3 R's Beach and constructing a substation near the Indian River Power Plant. U.S. Wind must meet environmental and safety requirements, including monitoring, mitigation funding, and decommissioning agencies. The project, sparking regional debate, follows federal approval just last week amid ongoing legal challenges. And the Delaware State Fire Marshal is investigating a Sunday evening blaze, this time in the 200 block of West 7th Street in Laurel. Authorities say the fire, set intentionally in an outbuilding, had spread to a vacant neighboring home. Luckily, no injuries were reported there, but damages are said to be estimated at about $20,000. The investigation here is ongoing. If you have any tips, they can be reported to the State Fire Marshal's Sussex Division at 302-856-5600 or Delaware Crime Stoppers. That number, of course, 1-800-TIP-3333. To Newark now, where the city is offering free parking on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays from December 16th to January 20th. This is hoping to drive off semester traffic to Main Street. City Council approved the plan in a 4-0 vote. Deputy Mayor Travis McDermott said the decision aligned with input from some restaurant owners, though others preferred weekend relief. Planning Director Renee Bensley warned that construction and employee parking could reduce available spaces for customers. Businesses will report on the program's impact. Free parking doesn't apply to University of Delaware lots, which can charge up to $5 for 2 hours. And speaking of parking now, Rehoboth Beach city leaders discussed extending the paid parking session by 61 days, running from May 1st to October 31st. The current season spans May 15th to September 15th. Officials cite a 2023 traffic study highlighting increased off-season activity and parking demand. The extension could generate up to $1.6 million in revenue, offset by $340,000 in expenses. However, some local business owners worry about its impact. Some small business owners fear that locals may shop in other towns. The proposal, if approved, will not take effect, though, until 2026. And it's been 4 months since the tragic loss of firefighter Thomas Berry III, who died while responding to a crash on Route 9 in August. The Georgetown Fire Company is paying tribute to his memory this holiday season. An empty gear hook inside the firehouse stands as a solemn reminder of his sacrifice, deeply felt by fellow firefighters. To honor Berry, the department has created a Christmas tree made of fire hose, decorated with its gear and placed beside the American flag. The fire service, Roger said, is a family, and plans for a lasting memorial are underway, ensuring that Berry's legacy remains strong there in the community. And let's take a quick break from the headlines and check in with our Shakira Denise to see how the rest of the week is shaping up. Hey, Shakira.
DETV News Weather is brought to you by Real Life Prosthetics. Live life fully with Real Life Prosthetics. Your ability is our mission.
Thanks, Matt. I'm sure we all noticed the dense morning fog that we had this morning. Visibility was reduced in many areas, but thankfully it cleared out by mid-morning. The rest of today was filled with partly cloudy skies. There weren't any strong wind gusts like we had last week. So even though it wasn't perfectly sunny all day and wasn't bright, it was still a gorgeous day. It's all about perspective, right, DETV fam? Let's jump into what to expect for tomorrow and a quick peek at the rest of the week. For Wednesday, expect patchy fog early in the morning and heavy downfall throughout the day. So you definitely want to plan accordingly. We are expecting a couple of inches of rain, so have the rain gear, whatever else you need. Ladies, hair in a ponytail, whatever works for you. The rain will continue through the evening and it will be a little brisk with temps in the low 30s. You definitely want to stay indoors. Thursday and Friday will be much better and the sun will grace us with their presence. But I'll have more details for you on that tomorrow. Stay warm and safe, everyone. Back to you, Matt.
Shakira, thank you so much. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. In other headlines today, Skyline Middle School is reaching for the stars with Delaware's only Artemis 1 moon tree. The loblolly pine grown from seeds that orbited around the moon aboard NASA's Artemis 1 mission back in 2022 was planted just this December 3rd. Science teacher Erin Ahern and her students paired the symbolic tree with celestial-themed native plants. How cool. The school wrote, quote, "Our kids love you to the moon and back." A gift from NASA, the tree represents curiosity, achievement, and a connection to space exploration, inspiring the red clay community to aim high and dream big. I love that. And looking for a scenic hike this time of year? Well, Chapel Branch Nature Loop down in Seaford, Delaware has been spotlighted by Only in Your State as a must-see hidden gem. This 2.9-mile trail nestled in the Chapel Branch Nature Area is an easy route, taking about 54 minutes to complete. Visitors enjoy serene footbridges, a meandering stream, and some lush wildlife. Open year-round, reviews recommend visiting October through May, so now's a good time for the best experience. And hey, your four-legged friends are welcomed if they're leashed, with its low 72-foot elevation gain and accessible paths there. The trail offers peaceful escapes for hikers and nature enthusiasts alike. Sounds good. And before we leave you this evening, dozens of folks came out last week to celebrate 10 years of work by the Every Man Counts organization. Every Man Counts seeks to educate, encourage, and empower single and reentry fathers. Held at the Waterfall Banquet and Conference Center in Claymont, Delaware, the event was organized by our friend Aja Ajavan and featured a formal dinner, silent auction, and live music. Keynote speaker Dave Woolley, director and producer and author based here in Wilmington, said that he jumped at the opportunity to be a part of this event. Take a look.
You know, I love this organization. You know, back when I was a single father raising two daughters, we didn't have an organization like this, you know, helping men to navigate through the family court system, helping men to understand their rights as a parent. You know, women have a lot of those kinds of support systems, but not men. So, you know, what you guys are doing and what she's doing with her amazing team, kudos to you. She's truly doing God's work.
Excellent event as always there. That's going to do it for this DETV News Brief. Don't forget to follow us all along your favorite social media platforms for updates on what's happening all around the great state of Delaware. And if you have a comment, question, news, or sports tip, we want to hear about it. Contact us. The address is press@detvch.com. For Shakara and all of us here at DETV News, I'm Matt Ford. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good one. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and Nurse Navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.
My name is Jason Aviles, and I am the founder and owner of Fly Yogi, and I'm here to share with you some tips to be able to help fight opioid addiction. Opioid addiction is a real growing problem here in America, and I'm here to share with you some tips that you can be able to integrate into your everyday life to really fight against opioid addiction. One of the first things is redeveloping your mindset. One of the practices that I like to use daily is meditation. And what meditation does is it brings you clarity of mind, and it helps keep you grounded, and it improves your ability to make decisions that you are going to benefit from. A lot of the time we find that addiction is rooted in our mindset. It's rooted in how we think and how we perceive, and therefore how we act. So this is a really good way to help fight against that energy of addiction. The second thing is improving your lifestyle through diet and exercise. At the very root of addiction, there is substances within the body that's causing the addiction on a physical level. When we begin to introduce healthier foods, plant-based foods, we begin to remove and detox the substances that are in our body that's causing and attracting the addiction. So through incorporating more fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and even drinking water on a daily basis, you're going to put your body in a state where it's going to be able to fight the root causes of these addictions. The second part is exercise. Exercise is good for mood. It's good for energy. It's good to increase vitality. It's good to get your heart pumping and get your blood flowing and get oxygen moving throughout the body. So through engaging in physical exercise, complemented by incorporating healthier foods, you're putting your body and your mind in a state where it does not want what's causing these things that are manifesting negatively in your life. So addiction can really be decreased by just incorporating a healthier lifestyle through diet and nutrition, exercise, and then also making sure that you're tackling the mind through mindset, through meditation.